In this presentation, we are going to talk about blood and circulation. First of all, we will discuss about the features of mass transport, because as organisms, we need to have complex transport system rather than simple diffusion. First one is exchange surface must be there for transport, and second one is proper vessels need to carry substance. Third one is they have to have right direction to transport blood and also nutritions. Fourth one is about need to have enough speed to supply blood, medium, and also kind of adaptation to speed up or decrease the rate of transport. So these are the features. After that, we can categorize circulatory system into two: single circulatory system and double circulatory system. Among aquatic animals especially, we can find out single circulatory system. So in single circulatory system, heart pump blood around the body, and also from the body blood enter inside the heart. Only once heart pump around the body, and also only once blood enter inside the heart. So that type of circulatory system is called as single circulatory system. So in this case, sometimes deoxygenated blood and also oxygenated blood get mixed. Second one is double circulatory system. As human, we have double circulatory system. It is well adapted to get maximum benefit. We have separate system to transport deoxygenated blood and also oxygenated blood without get mixing. So this double circulatory system can be divided into two sections: pulmonary circulation and also systematic circulation. Pulmonary circulation means they carry deoxygenated blood from the heart to lungs. So that is called as pulmonary circulation. Systematic circulation means they carry blood, oxygenated blood from the heart around the body and also to each cell. So these two get together, function properly, and given us double circulatory system. In this case, deoxygenated blood and oxygenated blood are totally separated. In animal, blood is the main transport medium, carries oxygen, nutrition, hormone, toxics, and waste materials, and also basically they transport things by diffusion and also active transport system. So this blood and also transport system always connected with heart. It means cardiovascular system. After that, we'll talk about the components of blood. We can categorize them into two: plasma and blood cells. For plasma is the liquid form which consists of blood cells, food, excretory product, toxics, hormones, and also this is very important to regulate heat and also pH level. So next is about the component of blood goes with blood cells. So blood cells can be categorized into three: red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. The scientific word for red blood cell is called as erythrocytes. So they have no nucleus and the lifetime is 120 days. They have specific shape called biconcave disc shape, and they carry pigment called hemoglobin. So one hemoglobin molecule can join with 4 oxygen and also carbon dioxide also into 4 molecules. That's how oxygen and carbon dioxide travels around the body. The scientific name for white blood cell is called as leukocytes. There are different types of white blood cells, so that is very important to destroy infections, fight against infections. They have different shapes. Basically, they are colorless. The cytoplasm is colorless. They have a nucleus. Third one is platelets. Platelets are important for blood clotting process. They are tiny fragments of cells. We'll discuss about blood clotting. Serotonin allows blood vessels to contract. Thromboplastin speed up the reaction of prothrombin joined with calcium ion to produce thrombin. So then thrombin is important to convert fibrinogen into fibrin. So then fibrin arranges a network to stop blood flow. So this is the process of blood clotting. After that, we have three types of blood vessels to discuss: arteries, veins, and also the capillaries. Normally, arteries carry oxygenated blood except pulmonary arteries. So, if you think about the pressure inside the artery is very high. So, they have small lumen to increase the pressure, and also the wall is very thicky, and also they have more elastic fibers, so they can resist for high pressure. Second one is veins. So veins are bit larger lumen than the arteries because their pressure is low as they carry deoxygenated blood except pulmonary veins. Third one is the capillary. The tiny blood vessels spread here and there. It means around the body to the tissue is called as capillaries. So especially the simple diffusion is occurring here to transport materials. We'll discuss about mammalian heart now. So as mammals, human, we have four-chambered heart, left atrium, left ventricle, right atrium, and also right ventricle. So these four chambers, left and right parts actually completely divided to stop mixing deoxygenated and also oxygenated blood using septum. So these are the parts of mammalian heart. The upper part is right atrium, the upper chamber, superior and inferior vena cava open to our right atrium. After that, we have right ventricle. Right ventricle receive deoxygenated blood from the right atrium, and between right atrium and ventricle we have a valve called tricuspid valve. So after that, right ventricle is open to pulmonary artery. Pulmonary artery carries deoxygenated blood into lungs. So starting point of the pulmonary artery, we have a valve called semilunar valve. So then pulmonary artery lead inside the lungs, then from the lungs to left atrium we have pulmonary veins. Pulmonary veins carry oxygenated blood into left atrium, the left side upper chamber. So then left atrium transport blood into left ventricle where the thickness is very high and also the pressure is very high because left ventricle pump blood into aorta, the largest blood vessel in animals. So then the starting point of aorta, we have a valve called semilunar valve to stop backflow. So these are the parts of heart. Sometimes some people get a hole in their heart Especially this occur among the septum which separate right and left chambers. So this can be closed by a surgery, and sometimes it automatically close with the time. Next we'll move with the cardiac cycle. So we can categorize cardiac cycle into two, systole and diastole. Systole mean contraction, diastole mean relaxation. So atrial diastole, atrial systole, ventricular diastole and ventricular systole. We'll first of all we'll talk about atrial diastole. Diastole means relax. So then both atrium, right and left atrium relax. At that time it is open, its chambers are not contracting. So then blood enter inside both left and right atrium. So step by step pressure increase inside the atrium. At that time tricuspid valves and bicuspid valves must be closed, otherwise blood inside the atrium can flow into ventricles. So after that at the end of the atrial diastole pressure increase, so then that will allow this tricuspid and bicuspid valve open. So then blood enter inside the ventricle. So and also atrium, both left and right atrium contract. So this will allow blood to pump inside the ventricles. So at that time ventricle move with ventricular diastole. To receive blood it must be open, it remains relaxed. The pressure is very low, from high pressure to low pressure. Blood flow inside the ventricles during ventricular diastole, and at that time semilunar valve must be closed, present between aorta and also pulmonary arteries. After that, at the end of the ventricular diastole, with the pressure increase inside the ventricles, it lead bicuspid and tricuspid valve to close, because ventricular systole must be occur to pump blood into aorta and also pulmonary artery. So during ventricular systole, we get the first heart sound called lub, and during ventricular diastole we get the second heart sound called dub. So this is about the cardiac cycle. Then we'll discuss about heart diseases. So there is a particular heart diseases also known as cardiovascular diseases. The condition for most of the cardiovascular disease is considered as atherosclerosis. The yellow fat deposit built up on the lining of the arteries cause different atherosclerosis. It means heart conditions. So the damaged epithelial cells increase inflammatory response, and also it allows more cholesterol to deposit. So when this fat layer deposit grow, we call this situation as atheroma. This will lead more damages, more deposit to increase, and also increase in blood pressure. So these type of activities lead different problems goes with heart. First one is aneurysm. Due to this atherosclerosis condition, so it will weaken the areas that block the arteries. So once it is blocked, the pressure increase. So the pressure increase lead internal damages, allowing internal bleeding to occur. So these type of condition we called as aneurysm. Second one is blood pressure also increase. So then lack of oxygen. So due to lack of oxygen, tissues goes with dying. Third one is called as stroke. So this will happen normally in the areas of brain. So due to some lack of blood supply, the pressure increment damage capillaries and allow them to burst. This also lead internal bleeding, and also sometimes this blood clot block the area of coronary arteries, allowing lack of blood supply to cardiac muscles. So this type of situation is called as angina. So the normal heart attack also lead inside the heart, and also the damages allow more blood clot to occur inside the damaged arteries. It will block the pathway and also pressure increase. So this is called as myocardial infarction. Also we can call this as heart attack. So these are the situation occur due to atherosclerosis. We'll discuss the risk factors for heart diseases: smoking, diet, lack of exercises, gender, and also age. Some genetic problems increase or decrease these type of heart diseases. And also low density lipoproteins and also high density lipoprotein also involving increasing or decreasing atherosclerosis or cardiovascular diseases. So low density lipoprotein made with saturated fatty acids. So saturated means they don't have double bond between fatty acid goes with lipid. So this will increase the risk of atherosclerosis. High density lipoprotein consists of unsaturated fatty acid, which consists of a double bond. So this will decrease atherosclerosis. So it's better to consume more than low density lipoprotein. If we consume high density lipoprotein, it will lower the risk of atherosclerosis. And also there are some drugs we can take to reduce atherosclerosis. It means cardiovascular diseases. First one is antihypertensives. So antihypertensives are used to reduce blood pressure. Statins are need to reduce blood cholesterol level, and also anticoagulant and also platelet inhibitors are important to reduce blood clot. It means the production of prothrombin. So these are the types of drugs we can use to stop cardiovascular diseases. There are some main areas which we need to control heartbeat. So however, the brain is very important. So then brain stimulates certain areas on the heart, especially the upper part of the right atrium consists of SA node and also AV node. So SA node is very important, so that is called as the pacemaker. Is placed in the opening of the vena cava. SA node means sinoatrial node, stimulate and pass electrical impulses to AV node. AV node means atrioventricular nodes. So this AV node is connected with bundle of His specialized muscle fibers lead around the cardiac muscles. So this bundle of His transport impulses to conduct heartbeat. So this will increase and also decrease the heart rate. This is totally myogenic. It means involuntary reaction. We can't control the heartbeat, but due to the exercises, due to the gender and also age, the rate of the heart can be increase, also decrease. Heartbeat can be checked using ECG, electrocardiogram trace. So this will give us 3 stages: P, QRS and also T. P means atrial depolarization. QRS means ventricular systole, so that is little bit high, so that's why it moved up. Third one is T. T is called as ventricular diastole beginning. So we can check and also count the heartbeat per minute using ECG